Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here to tell you to stop spending so much money on dirt. So we're in my front yard today. And here you can see my medicine gardens, which I haven't gotten in to clear out some of the weeds. Oh look, I've got a volunteer catnip that showed up. If you don't know why you should bother growing catnip and you only think it's a super appealing drug for cats, you are wrong. And I'm gonna link a video so you can learn all about the medicinal properties of catnip. That one just volunteered there. The ones that I planted are actually over here. But as you can see, I utilized raised beds. And the reason for that, as I mentioned, is that we have incredibly poor soil quality here. And so this is one method. You know, you can make garden boxes just like we did. We use cedar deck boards, untreated. And obviously I need to top up soil. But this year, one of the things I'm going to be filling are these fancy new beds that I just got from Sprout Box. I'm going to be doing a whole reveal and review video really soon, but this is one of their circular steel beds, and as you can see, it's big. It's really big. Like, this is probably, I'm not exact sure on the heights, probably at least 1.5 feet. And if I were to fill all of this with soil, it would cost me a boatload of money. So instead, what I've done is I've started to fill it with old logs, broken twigs, and some leaves. I'm actually going to pick up some of the leaves that have found their way, you can see, into the corners over there. I'm going to pull those out and put them in the garden box. And what this will do is, over the years, it'll actually break down into soil. This is the basis, or the sort of the concept behind hugelkultur systems, is that you're starting with materials that are going to break down and biodegrade into soil anyway. But what this is going to do is save me a whole heck of a lot of money on soil, because I'm only filling really the top third, maybe even less. So you do want to make sure that you're not filling it too far to the top, and you're not going to get enough soil, because the plants, of course, are going to need nutrients, and your soil is what's going to retain and hold most of the moisture and water when you're watering them. But this is an excellent way of saving yourself some money. So one of the steps that I forgot to show you is you're going to want to have some type of barrier underneath your garden box. A lot of people use cardboard, so you can put really thick layers of cardboard underneath, water that really well, and then start to add your chunks of wood, your branches, your leaves, grass clippings, anything that would compost down into soil can go into your raised beds. So I'm going to head over here. I'll show you. This is our little fruit tree guild. So my whole front yard is filled with fruit trees, but check out the gigantic pile of soil that we have. We're adding quite a few new beds to the homestead this year, so that's why we bought so much soil. But I'm going to start shoveling because we have a gorgeous day, and I'm going to fill up that bed. So quick update on the comfrey cages. They are working as intended. So if you don't know why we built comfrey cages, I'm going to link that video too. It's actually one of my more recent ones. So if you just kind of scroll back on my page, you'll see it. But you can already see how much growth our comfreys have experienced. This ring of dead grass shows you how they flop over. So this was meant to prevent that. We're hopeful. It's still early in the season, but so far they are doing exactly what we hoped they would do, and kind of containing these beautiful plants, making sure they don't go crazy like him. And here's an update on the greenhouse, and it got stinking hot in here today. I think I had the door open, but I didn't have the window open. And so it's a little too hot in here for these crops.
It's 37 degrees.
Yeah, it's pretty warm in there, buddy. Now, I should have planted things a little earlier. We are just on some of these plants. So here's the kohlrabies, just starting to get a little ball there. So whether or not I'm going to get enough of a harvest from these before I have to put my peppers in here, not sure. But in terms of timing for the different types of, I did bok choy and pak choy, we should get a really good harvest from those before I have to pull them and put peppers in here. The broccoli, definitely not. Probably shouldn't have put, that one needed water. I just watered it, so hopefully it'll be okay. They're not going to produce in here. So my hope is that they'll survive transplanting, and I'll put them out in the main garden soon. So I'm just by my front walkway here, and just over my shoulder, see that? Those are the beds that I worked on. I'm so bad at, there we go, Corinne. Angling cameras. So I worked on those beds yesterday, and I want to hear your opinion, what I should put there. It's my walkway. I'll see if I can turn the camera around and I can. Look at how awesome that is. So these were the beds I worked on yesterday. I want to know what I should plant here. So have your vote, comment below. Next year we will not have our overflow garlic here. So this will be all along the walkway, and then along here we have our herb spirals where all of our culinary herbs are grown. So should I do annuals here? Should I put in some hostas? Should I do some shrubs? Little man wants some poppies in here. Like I said, next year the garlic won't be here, so we can plan for next year too. What do you want on the edges? Let me know. Drop it in the comments. I'm gonna give you one guess where the cat is right now. He just like lives by the catnip. And in the sun. So as you can see, I got the bed filled, and it was about 2.5 wheelbarrows, which is not a lot. Can you imagine? It probably would have been at least 3 times that amount of soil to fill this really large bed if I had just used triple mix or compost manure, whatever it is that you're using. And so just cut down on those costs. Use that modified hugelkultur technique and make sure you're filling at least half, maybe even a third of your bed with things like twigs, leaves, grass clippings, rotting logs, pieces of wood, all that kind of stuff. So let me know if you already knew this little trick of mine. Drop that in the comments below, but also let me know if this has maybe swayed you to be like, yeah, you know what, I can afford to put some raised beds on my property this year. I was worried about spending so much soil, and this helped. I want to hear that as well. And until next time, this is Corinne from Spirea Herbs, wishing you health and wellness.